I'm back. Shocker, I know. Actually, you know what? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't having fun with these things. Today, I'm going to dive into rebuilding the FXR transmission. I've got an empty case here. I spent a little bit of time degreasing it and just kind of cleaning it up. It definitely needs a little bit more cleaning on the outside, but the way that it's snowing and like minus 15 outside is that I don't really have a hose. So I'm doing the best that I can, and once it's all sealed up, I'll go back at it with a toothbrush because I don't really want to clean this thing in my bathtub because I got little jets in there and I don't want them to get all clogged with all this gunk and shit. So anyways, getting into the actual details of things, I wasn't going to replace the two bearings that hold the transmission kind of shafts in there, but I went to Harley. I was bored the other day, and I priced them out. They were 34 bucks, you know, brand new carrier bearing and a brand new bearing for the offset shaft. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if that's what they're called, but it doesn't matter. I got the right bearings, so we're gonna press those in. And it should be fairly simple. I just put my other transmission together. I did this one off screen because I kind of wanted to look like I knew what I was doing, you know? So this one went well. It shifts smooth and no problems there. So it should just be the same thing to repeat the process, but in this transmission. Like I said, usually I'm not going to try to go into crazy detail and possibly fuck up your transmission, but you should be able to get the gist of how it goes together. I'm also filming this one here with my GoPro. I've been filming them with my iPhone. I just kind of want to have access to my phone while I'm filming. So I've got this GoPro Hero 13 or whatever the hell it is, and we're going to give that a try. Hopefully the sound quality isn't complete ass, and hopefully the video quality isn't complete ass. So let me know if you hate it, and if you do, and I think it looks good, I don't care. I'm going to keep using it. First bearing we're putting in, it's kind of like this little cup bearing with a bunch of needles in there. Just gonna put that right there. For the most part, these slide in like fairly easy. I say that like if I'm an expert. I'm not. I've done 2 transmissions. Sorry, I've taken apart 2 and I've put 1 together and I've never run it. So, you know, take everything I say lightly, because I might actually have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And you just want this bearing to sit there flush. I'm just gonna tap this one in. Just to start it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I pulled this bearing out of the case, I took the snap ring out, and I literally grabbed the bearing and I fucking yanked it out. So I'm not 100% convinced you even really need a press, but I have one, so. And then I don't have the exact size, but I have this big socket that I'm gonna kind of use to just massage that in there. And where it's not the perfect size, I'm gonna go quite literally millimeter at a time. Just kind of keep moving that around. I look like a pro here. I'm filming. Boom. Look at that. Ha! Ha ha! Yeah! What the fuck is up? Let's go, dude. Alright, so I'm just gonna open them up. Make sure that that's nice and seated in there. And look at that. Perfect. It's fully in the groove everywhere. That's what you want it to look like. Put your shifter ball arm in. Seal goes in. That goes through. Or you can put this through and put your seal through. Whatever you want to do. Some people tape these splines up so that it doesn't rip your seal. I didn't. Maybe I should have. I'll find out the hard way. Washer, snap ring, and then it should wiggle a little bit. nothing crazy. Greased up the final drive, greased up the inside of the bearing just to help it kind of go in. And it just sits right in there. I'm gonna square it up nice, and then maybe bring it to the press. Because I mean, it all depends. Because I was able to pull it out with my hands on the other in the old transmission. So, but then again, you know, it's old, so you don't want to force it too much. But you want to make sure you can kind of rotate it to see if it's going in crooked. Pretty straight. It's turning pretty straight. I'm just gonna bring it over to the press. I'm just gonna squeeze it in nice and slow. Nothing crazy. Nice and slow. Something you want to be careful for, just this bearing isn't supported by anything unless you have a cup for it for that to go when you're pressing. So I use a lot of lubricant on the actual gear and inside the bearing. You want that to slide nice and smooth. It's not supported, so easy movements, and the minute you see that thing just sit, stop. Don't reef on it. You can offset that bearing and fuck the whole thing up. So just be very careful with what I offered as a solution there. On everything, just because, you know, it's gonna have to fire up, so oil's not gonna be everywhere. Assembly lube is your friend. And make sure the gasket surface is clean. You also want to make sure that you put the gasket on, like I'm about to forget to do. These don't always go in nice and smooth, but it's not bad. There. Sometimes you gotta mess with the gears a little bit. Say that like I know what I'm doing. I've done one. There you go. And you gotta mess with this gasket. So you've fixed your gasket and you've actually lined it up properly. Just smack that in a bit. Rubber mallet always. Or hell, just use a regular hammer. See if I care. Not my transmission. Gonna rock that back and forth. Make sure your gears are lining up. And you should be able to send it right home. Sometimes you can get just that last little squish that you need. Cool. And there you have it. The gear set's in. This is where the real voodoo begins. I don't have the diagram for how these go. I took it apart out of the other one. So I'm going off memory. I also stacked them on the rod the way that I took them off. That one should go right there. This one should go right there. And you know, a little bit more grease on there. You want to lube up your shaft. Set that to the front. Scoop these up. Like that. All the way to the back. That sits up nice and flush, and you're going to have your bolt that goes in the back to lock it into place with your front cover. Same thing with your nice famous sixth gear here. Oh, maybe sixth gear goes in first? Nope, never mind. This is the shaft here that goes into that one. This one needed a little bit more motivation. I think it was put in there quite a few years ago, but we'll scoop it up, and then there's another plug that plugs that one in. It has a seat, so you can't put it in too deep. Couldn't tell you the order they go in because I actually don't know which one's which, but if it looks like that, it looks good to me. A little bit of Teflon on these bad boys, because it will leak. That goes right there in the front. Chrome one in the front, black one in the back. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Same thing for the back one. Not in this one, in that one. The other one is for your pole arm adjustment rod. Look at me remembering shit. You almost think I know what I'm doing. Oh my god, don't do this. That one, don't drive it all the way through. Put your front cover on and let that sit in because it will just go all the way through. This is your shifter tumbler. The new Baker ones are one piece. This one is not, clearly. It's already shimmed. So we're just going to trust it. Actually, throw a little bit of juice on that. Lift that arm up. There you go. I don't know if this is the old style, but this bolt doesn't come out. Not sure how it gets in there, but yeah. I'm also going to throw a little bit of blue Loctite. You're going to just weave these in until they sit in there for you. But yeah, I'm going to mess with this off camera so that I look smart and you guys trust my judgment. I could have definitely finished this in one day. I did the Softail transmission in like a half hour, but I also kind of didn't really care about that one, so I'm taking my time with the one I'm actually going to run. I had a buddy come over and he needed help with his car, so kind of tackled that. And then I took a couple days off and cleaned up the garage, so it's starting to feel a little bit more organized in here, which is kind of nice. Anyways, diving back into this, I think where I left off was putting the shifter tumbler in. Now you're going to fight with these forks a little bit. Just line them up. Don't force anything. If it doesn't want to go, take it off. Whatever, you know. I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. I'm sure you watched an actual YouTube video on how to do this, so because that's what I did. But yeah, your pawl arm, shifter arm, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to sit up top, and you're going to adjust your pawl arm adjustment screw so that it's in the middle of both throws on the forward and back. So I've got it pretty good there. I ran it through the gears and shifted it up. Everything shifts nice and smooth. So I'll give you kind of like a zoomed in view of what everything looks like. So here's what I'm talking about. You're going to set these 4 screws in. On the old style, it seems like I can't get this one fully out. So when I was taking it out of the other transmission, it was already in there. Not sure if that's the design or not, but that's how this went in. Your shifter arm rocks between this pin here. You're going to adjust that in 3rd gear. Everything shifts nice and smooth. You know, I'm not even rotating the shaft, so we're pretty happy with that. We're just going to lock this bad boy in. I didn't torque this gasket down, or sorry, this cover down with the gasket because you have to pull that off to work the clutch line in anyways, so no sense in squishing that all crazy. This one is torqued down, everything shifts right. I'm pretty happy with it. Make sure to torque everything to spec. I don't know what the torque specs are. Well, I do. I'm not going to share them because if they're the wrong ones, I don't want you to put the wrong ones in. So do your own research on the torque specs, and yeah, that's it. You got a 6-speed Baker inside your FXR case. Easy, simple stuff. If it wasn't simple for you, I'm not sure how much simpler it gets. You know, this might be the easiest transmission you ever have to rebuild or do anything on. Because I'm fucking stupid. and I figured it out. You know, I watched like a 7-minute video 2 times, and here we are. Granted, it's not in the bike yet, so there's plenty of time for this thing to absolutely annihilate itself on me. But that's future me's problem. And it might be a good video for you guys. I don't know. But you know, only time will tell. So anyways, that's it for that. I will say before I leave, I am hunting down an Arlen Ness transmission cover, the front cover. Either the one with the detachable plate where I can put the louvered plate on, or I'm looking for an actual transmission cover that is the louvered series one. If you also have a billet transmission top plate by Arlen Ness, I know they don't make a louvered one, or at least I don't think they do. I take like a radius style or a flat style, whatever, ball milled if you got it. I know a lot of people don't really want to sell those, but if you are selling one, I would love to have it. Let me know. I'm also looking for a points cover, louvered series. Those are the final 2 louvered series things that I think I'm missing. I think. I'm sure I'll find more, you know. Shit keeps popping up, and I keep finding out about all this cool shit. It's from an era that I'm not from, and that's like the coolest thing to me. So hunting down that stuff is a lot of fun. If you can help me out, that'd be great. You know me, I'm bad at these outros. That's okay, though, because you're still watching, and that's all that matters. So, like, comment, subscribe, or don't. Do what you want. I'd prefer it if you did, actually. For my ego, it'd be nice if I got a little like there. Maybe a nice little comment. Just something nice. Just say a little something nice in the comments for me. Boost it up. Maybe I don't cry myself to sleep at night. I don't know, you know. But yeah, tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your mom I said hi. I won't see you in the next one because I can't see you at all. But you guys will see me in the next one. And until then, I hope you're having fun. And see you later.